Hello, what's up? It's siliscity and you're watching HWY Behind the Records episode number 41. And in this week we're gonna conclude the first half of the remix arc and we're gonna do a mashup. So a mashup is basically two songs just like laid over each other and like, yeah, maybe sometimes chopped that it is like a little bit nicer. And yeah, this week we're gonna look into that and do a really basic mashup of Central Cee's Doja and also like a Skanka by Hamdi. Alright, so first again let's listen into the tracks. I think both tracks are really well known. So this is Skanka, the drop basically. And then here, this is Central Cee's Doja.
How can I be homophobic? My bitch is gay.
And yeah, basically, like what I already did here is just lay them over so that they fit onto the drop. And then, yeah, we basically already have the first mashup.
How can I be homophobic? My bitch is gay. Hit man in a top try, see a man topless, even a stick is gay.
So as you can hear, here's already a lot going on. That's because like both tracks are playing full with all the voices and it's a little bit crowded in there. And then yeah, I basically do the first step that's similar in all the remixes and also the mashups. It's where I just like, yeah, prepare the tracks. So basically here I just like have the drums from the track then and the vocals. And here you can already hear like the stem separation. It's not that clean always, but yeah, it's just how it is. With also electronic music, it's okay if it's a little bit like, yeah, not that clean, or just like, yeah, put some reverb or something on it, and then yeah, it should be fine. Then here from Doja we also have like just the bass, then also just the drums, and somewhere I just have the vocals. It could also be that I already have them down there. Yeah, so here in the mashup part you can see
I be homophobic?
just
my
the
bitch
vocals.
is gay.
So yeah,
hit
just
man
to
in
be
a
able
top
to
try,
have
see a man
that.
topless, even a stick is gay.
So the second part in my remix workflow as of now is like finding the key sections, and here I basically already prepared that, where I just have like, yeah, the drop and the track here. And the most important parts that I need is here from Skanka, basically everything without the vocals. And here what I showed you before, like
How
just
can I be
the
homophobic?
vocals of the track. And then if you have those both key parts playing together, it's already like...
How can I be homophobic? My bitch is gay. Hit man in a top try, see a man topless, even a stick is gay.
So one thing I forgot to mention in like the first step is like adjusting the track's BPMs, and I didn't mention it because I didn't do it. Both tracks are already 140 BPM, so here I was just a little bit lazy, but yeah, the tracks fit well together, I think. So step 3 is always optional, where you can add in some more samples from the tracks. Now that I'm doing like a mashup, I just take the sounds from the track, so I don't intend right now to add in like own voices because like it's already kind of crowded. So what I did is just like take the melodic from Doja and then also like just Skanka, basically the whole track, and add it together, and then you have that. And then as an additional like optional part, I just also added in some drums here to have like more of a build-up vibe. Yeah, this is like some of part 3. So for the last step, I basically just played around a little bit with the sounds, especially here for the drop. I chopped up the melodic loop from Doja, and also like here just the drop of Skanka, just to have it like more in a fitting vibe, and then it sounds like this.
Homophobic, my bitch is gay. Hit man in a top try, see a man topless, even a stick is gay.
So I don't know, this was already kind of chill and like, yeah, the most basic approach of a mashup. I know you can always do more and yeah, focus more, but for me the goal is still to have like not that much work and just doing the things that are really necessary, and if I like the base idea I can still tweak it and play around with it a little bit. But yeah, this is just a goal for now, to get some basic vibes out. So when I had like the initial version of just like this layover and exported it, I sent it into our producer chat with Martin, McLovin, and also Traer. And Martin like responded like, yeah, nice idea, but it's a little bit off and out of key. And I already found it like mad crazy that he can hear all that stuff like just out of the track. Like I literally had all the stuff and I didn't really realize it. So yeah, Martin is mad. So I took his feedback and advice and looked at it a little bit more. And yeah, the vocals, like in the beginning, I think it was a little bit off like this, something like that, because I wanted the vocals to start before the drop. But then yeah, it was just off, and like within certain part of the tracks you can then hear it, like especially here when like it drops out from Skanka, you can hear if it's like aligned, if the sound comes in again when it also fits with the vocals. So let's listen in.
Can't slip and let them know where I don't know about you, but I value my life.
Or also like here.
Genre. Alright. How can I be homophobic?
And then you can kind of like hear that it should be like on beat. So this is really nice feedback. And then also with the keys, like I knew the keys here, they stand like it's D sharp minor and A minor. And to be honest, I was just too lazy to look up if this is in key or not. I was like, yeah, sounds okay. Nobody's gonna hear it. But yeah, Maxi's heard it. And yeah, I thought, and I still think, for here when I just like have this yeah, this sound here from Skanka and just the vocals, I don't think it's that bad. It's probably more here in the beginning. But then again, I was also like, I don't really care if it's like kinda out of tune, because I started playing around with like auto tune, like laying it over here just to have it like playing in the same scale, and also here with the vocals. But I just felt like it sounded a little bit weird. Maybe I'm also not too familiar with like everything, how to set it up here, with the auto shift, auto tune of Ableton. But yeah, I just felt like it sounded a little bit more distorted, and it was already not that clean because I exported the stems. So yeah, we can listen in how it sounds with the auto tune, but I just like for now kept it without the auto tune.
How can I be homophobic? My bitch is gay. Hit man in the top try see a man topless, even the stick is gay. Hugging my brothers and say that I love them, but I don't swing that way. Somebody told Doja Cat.
So here you can see it always like kind of tries to adjust it. And now I feel when I soloed it out, it sounds a little bit, yeah, not so clean.
I don't know about you, but I value my life. Cause imagine I die, and I ain't made 100 M's yet. There's so much things I ain't done
yeah,
yet.
I decided to go for the clean version because I think it's nicer if like the vocals are something that you're familiar with and they're clean. And if it's a little bit out of tune, yeah, or out of key, it just is how it is. Like it's still a short track, and I hope the vibe still gets carried over. Then there's 2 more little things that I did in the track. And that's basically just a little bit of EQing. So here in like Skanka, where like the melodic or instruments are, I have here a little bit space carved out for this track's vocals. So the idea is that, yeah, you just have a little bit more space, and you can hear the vocals a little bit cleaner. Yeah, and in the end also like I just like chopped a little bit the drums to have like an outro vibe. So that's it for this week's episode. Like, yeah, just the basic concept and idea of like, yeah, doing mashups. As always, like my quality comes with quantity, so I think if I do a lot of mashups, I start to understand, okay, how does it work, how does it fit, and then I can always come back to the tracks and like, or the mashups and finish them. And yeah, it's just for me easier to like get in reps instead of, yeah, staying stuck with like having one super clean mashup. And it's, yeah, the idea is to find out the sorcery and then apply it backwards onto the tracks to just make them sound clean. Also, one thing I want to mention, like, I don't know how relevant that it is, but like I pre-produced now a lot of those episodes behind the records and all that stuff, because yeah, like at home everybody was gone, they were at holidays, so I could just log in these arcs and also like, yeah, record the episodes, because like, yeah, it still feels for me kind of weird to record the episodes alone, and then also like if other people are there, it's just like, yeah, it just feels weird, and I need this like creative mindset and bubble to really lock in on that. Another reason why I pre-produced a lot of content is just to be able to like, yeah, focus on the upcoming gigs, especially like the live set, the 2-hour live set that I'm playing. I think if I really get a good foundational 2-hour set, I can build upon that, and yeah, it's just is for me a big milestone, so I really want to like focus in on that and get that ready. So in the meantime, I'm also like just gonna, yeah, level up and skill up with the workflows, trying to like, yeah, get it more right, or just like finding something that's, yeah, in tune with me and how I like to work. So by next week, I hope that I've leveled up a lot and you see a much more improved and skilled up Silly talking to you and showing you stuff, and I hope that by then I also have like nice workflows to just be able to like, yeah, remix tracks on the devices, on the analog rhythm and on the MPC, and yeah, do it more on the fly and be more creative with the tracks. Yeah, so this means that next week is gonna start the second half of the arc. I think I'm just gonna use the track Bum Bum or the vocals and play on it with the devices. But yeah, there is a time gap between me recording this now and recording the next episode, so it could also be that I change my mind and do something completely different. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And also, as always, make sure to check out this week's track of the Unfinished Beats Volume 3. The track's name is Pronounceable X. That's it for now from me for this week. I will be back next week with another Behind the Records every Monday at 4:20, ready to be streamed onto your device. So yeah, until then, stay healthy, have a nice week, go see your friends, enjoy life, and yeah, see you.